Hello, people. What is up? What is going on? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Looks like we got a few people joining us already here. Brian, Whiskey Mike 8 Golf, Andy Cowley, John Newell, VE5JHN. How you all doing? How you all doing? So yeah, kind of a video I do every few months to kind of give an update on what's going on this channel and maybe other channels and just in general. So, yeah, today was a pretty damn good day. I went down to the National Air and Space Museum. Oh, let me grab the thing I picked up there. And if you don't know, they were doing some renovation on it. I think they started earlier this year. It's been closed almost the whole year. They just opened it up within the last week. Sorry about that. And let me tell you, the work they've been doing in that museum has been great. That museum looks awesome, even though it's not really ham radio, but they have some ham stuff in there, believe it or not. They have the telegraph key that was used to send the message from the Wright brothers to their father after their first flight. So it's kind of cool. They have a lot of cool stuff there. Um, I highly recommend people go check it out. And I picked up this little patch that's made by the folks at JPL. So it's a cool patch, little Mars patch we got going on there. But yeah, definitely look in the Air and Space Museum. They're not done with it yet. So if you want like a complete museum experience, don't go yet. They're not done with it, but no, it looks really cool. Um, they've done a lot of great work in there. It looks like they got a lot of donors on board to make the museum better, which is always good. Anyways, on to ham radio news. So, as you guys might have noticed, my sub count is now at 485, and you may or may not remember I said when I hit 500, I'm doing a giveaway. We'll be doing the same giveaway I did on TikTok of a QRZ1, a gift card, and a sticker pack when I hit 500 subs. So share this video, share the channel. Um, try to get me to 500. I wanted to hit 1,000 this year. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's not a big deal, but I just like giving back to the community I built here. And a lot of you are also involved in a lot of the other ham radio channels. So yeah, I think it's really cool, and I just like to give back. And doing giveaways helps grow the channel. It helps me do more giveaways. I remember being a young ham and not being able to afford a radio, and I would have loved to win one. It wasn't until last year when I actually won a radio. I won a G90 in the Black Friday giveaway raffle that Radio Audi did. I just got lucky. I only got like a few tickets and I ended up winning, so that was really cool. Um, let's see. I had a list of stuff and I forgot it. I meant to write it down. I always do this to myself. I always shoot myself in my foot. Yeah, I have a video in the works of the 10 Park Rove I did last week. I just need to edit it. I don't know how fun it's going to be to watch, to be honest, for some people. Because, yeah, the problem with doing big roves for POTA is that recording it can get a little boring, I guess. Like, if they're doing a bunch of the contacts, unless you do, like, the unique or different ones. But when you go on a rove, a lot of times it's the same people over and over again each part because I was going on the same bands for the most part. So, yeah, we'll see how that video turns out. I have some other video ideas I can do. Some other stuff I want to do soon, though. I want to do more in 3D printing. I'm getting a couple of upgrades for my printers, Yeah, printers. I still have the FDM and the resin printer. So look for videos on 3D printing. I'm gonna start experimenting with some other materials, maybe even some like metal kind of materials. They're not really metal, but they are. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Um, what else? See, my mind just keeps blanking. I need to write this stuff down. Oh yeah, you noticed that, I put up a bunch of lighting. Maybe you saw it on the campfire on Sunday. Tell me what you think of it. I'm gonna put some lights back there on that black desk, and it should look good. I don't know. I think it looks pretty nice now. I can mess with the colors too. Yeah, I can make it all sorts of different colors. Let's leave it blue for now. I think blue looks kind of cool. Blue kind of like also makes like a little black light effect, so it makes some stuff glow. So I think that looks kind of cool. Um, yeah, I'm improving the shack. I'm also in the works with a couple of other YouTubers. I think what I'm at liberty to discuss about is Red Summit LRF wants to start a little weekly chat on TikTok. So if you're active on TikTok, be on the lookout for that. We'll probably have it set up so that way, like we're in the little boxes, so it'll be live on all the different channels. The disadvantage of that is we can't see each other's chat. It's okay, but um, yeah, that'll be interesting, and we'll try to get some other folks in the YouTube, TikTok community involved in that. There's some people like who only do TikTok, and there's some people that only do YouTube. So getting that crossover is a little bit nice. And TikTok has a really young audience. Because I do get the analytics for TikTok. It shows me like the audience age and whatnot, and like I would say a good 80% of my audience on there is under 40. So if we want to get young people in the hobby, I guess that's the way to go. Now, as far as POTA goes, I'm trying to do some more unique parks. Parks I haven't activated yet. And that is sorry, someone sent me a message. And that's going so far. There's not many I can do in Virginia. There's still a few I need to do in DC to mop up the activated all parks award for DC, but the issue is with that portability, because some of the parks I haven't done, I would have to sit like on the step of a old house, like on the stoop of an old house, and try to activate it that way, or it'd have to get me and like 5 friends with a dual band radio go over there and activate it. Um, Speaking of POTA activations, W3HAC, which is the Washington D.C. Amateur Radio Club, I have been organizing POTA meetups for them, and that's been really successful so far. First time we went out there, I think we got like 4 or 5 people out there. This last time, October is a bit busier, so we only got 3 people, including myself. My son was actually helping though, and next month we're hoping to either do National Capital Parks at Anacostia Park or maybe in the Lyndon Baines Johnson Memorial Grove, which, as most people might know, there's a 5 for there, but I don't think we'll be on that side of the park. I think we'll be on the other side. So yeah, just be on the lookout for number W3HAC activation. Now, if you did work W3HAC, I should have put this in the video I did last week. And you have not got the credit on POTA yet. You will. It's coming. There's just a kind of fiasco with getting an email together to get the POTA page up for the club. Is what it is. Basically, at the meeting, I'm going to tell them, like, look, either give me an email or I'm just going to make a Gmail at this point so people can get credit for the park. Because, yeah, a lot of people look after DC for that 50th state, that wild card. I know that's my wild card right now, in fact. So, yeah, as far as like radios and stuff goes, so as most people saw, I still have the SBitX. Yeah, if I can get right there. That's like undergoing some testing. It's not hooked up right now. Still got the G90 running, and the newest addition to the collection is the 891. And so far, I'm really liking that radio. The only thing that's kind of irking me is its standby current draw is really high. And all I have for as far as like a high capacity battery is SLA. So it's working, but like I can only maybe go out there for 3-4 hours at most. With I think it's a 25 amp hour SLA. I don't know how long it wouldn't last long at all on a 9 amp hour. I generally turn like sideband up to like 50 watts out in the field. At home, I could put up to 100, obviously, but out in the field, kind of limited. So that's the radio situation. I'm hoping things go my way and there might be a new, how would I put it, new base station, a new HF base station in the future, maybe. Possibly a new antenna. One that I can hide in the back of the yard for my wife. Because according to her, I have the freaking Eiffel Tower up, but it's just an end fed on a little pole. So, yeah, you know how that goes. I'm also hoping to have something UHF, VHF wise, more permanent in the shack. And then try to have a. I'm looking at a FTDR. What is it? 400. I think it is for the cars, the Yaesu mobile with the APRS and all that. I think that'd be a good mobile for the car. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, that's all expensive. That's all way down the road. But that's just a plan for now. Unless something new and cool and interesting comes out, and this holiday season from any of the major manufacturers, I doubt it. I mean, we probably would have already saw it at the different ham shows. Really, the coolest thing that's coming out from ICOM is the 905. Yeah, the 905, the UHF, VHF, SHF. That's a pretty cool radio. Yaesu, they have the FTDX10, the 770. Is it 770? I think it's 770, right? Honestly, if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably just go with the FTDX10. Hybrid's gonna be a little bit better on the receive end than a true SDR, but my opinion. I have a lot of like kits and stuff I gotta build. So be on the lookout for kit building videos where I'll probably destroy another kit in a typical fashion, like I did with the QDX. Yeah. So I'm guessing you guys want to hear more about the giveaways. And I already told you about the one where when I hit 500 subs, that next Tuesday I'm doing a live stream. Um, I'll give away a QRZ1. I also have another giveaway. I haven't really decided on a prize, which is my bad. But I'm guessing it'll be a radio, about $100, and the giveaways could be for upgrading your ticket. And the way it's gonna work is if you are going for your first ticket, which I don't think anyone in this chat is, so going for your technician, you'll get 5 entries into it. And then if you go for, like, if you're going for your technician, right, but you get your general, then you'll get 10 tickets. Daniel, my fellow Americans. Yeah. Daniel is over here being a joker. My fellow Americans and fellow Northern Americans. That's what we call the Canadians, right? Um, Anyways, yeah, so you'll get like 10, not tickets, but entries. My bad, entries into the little contest. If you get general on your first try, and if you get extra, you'll get 20 entries if you get on your first try. And then people that are upgrading, so like if you're going from technician to general, you'll get 5 entries. If you go from technician to extra, you get 10 entries. And then if you go from general to extra, you only get 5 entries. Because like the radio I'm going to give away is probably going to be an HT, so high chance if you already have your general, you probably don't need it as much as the guy who just gets his ticket. So this gives them a chance to actually get 2 radios, because as far as I could see on QRZ, they're still doing the giveaway for the QRZ1. So this would be a chance for them to win 2 radios. I haven't decided on the radio yet, but I think this would be an interesting little, contest for people to get their ticket upgraded, and you'll have it till November 15th. It actually started on October 15th, and I announced it on the Ham Radio Campfire. I'm just announcing it again. I need to put an announcement on TikTok as well. So it just motivates people to get out there, upgrade their ticket. Like, I'm going to get extra by November 15th. It's going to happen. I'm studying for it now. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm still working on CW. Still flooding Kyle, who's in the chat. Still flooding him whenever he goes and activates. Just hitting him with that 40 dB on 5 watts. And I promised him next time I'm gonna put it up to 100 watts on CW. So, can I do an announcement for my announcement? I guess. Announcing the announcement, right? I don't know if I'd completely follow that, but you're gonna reject my CW. Okay, Kyle. I'm about to put on the. So I have like the YouTube chat like in one window with the pop out, because on the streaming software it's a lot slower, so I can't put it up all right away. So yeah, guys, that's kind of what I have going on in the channel. Tentatively, right now, I'm not going to Orlando. I thought I might be able to squeeze it out, but maybe that's not the right term. But uh, looks like where I would stay is all booked up, and I just really don't want to pay like crazy prices for that time of year for a hotel. Because where I would have stayed is actually really cheap, but it's really good. It's like a special hotel in Orlando. See, I'm probably not gonna go there. I'm gonna save my marbles for Dayton. Maybe get myself something nice there. Uh, right after Dayton, not official yet, but there's a plan for a bunch of YouTubers and folks to go hike on the Appalachian Trail for a couple of days and do a hike through West Virginia because it's only 4 miles, and the entirety of Maryland, which is about 44 miles, I think it is, um, on the trail. When you actually add up like all the miles, it ends up being like 60, 65 because, walking to and from campsites, to and from water sources, you walk into a park, maybe you want to walk around a little bit. So, see some of the special sites there. So, that's a tentative plan. There's nothing definite with that yet. And then also, I'm hoping to get the folks together that want to do Washington, D.C. in a day and do it next year. The reason it got canceled this year, in case you forgot, is because one of the parks closed down uh, for the rest of the year. And I guess I learned in hindsight, I could have emailed the manager for DC and told him, hey, this is closed. Can you remove it? So that way it would basically get temporary removed. So that means people who activated the park would still get credit for it. But if you were going for, let's say, a worked all or activated all of DC, for that time period, it would count as activated or worked all, even though the park wasn't in the system. So, because like basically when they remove it, it removes it from uh, the list. Um, and Kyle says he's in for DC in a day, so just hit me up with that. The cool thing is because of the new Rover Award, and there's 33 parks in DC, 32 parks in DC. You would get the Lion Award. So yeah, it's doable. It's definitely doable. Like 90% of the parks in DC are around the National Mall area. There's only a couple that like are outliers around the city. But it is definitely a doable thing. And if we have like 5 or 6 people, it'll be a lot of fun. It'd go by pretty quickly, in fact. And I was going to do that Memorial Day weekend, which kind of adds an air of challenge to it because there's going to be a shit ton of people. um, but it's generally the best weekend to do it as far as everything being open, everything being at least somewhat accessible, and the weather's generally decent. It may rain or storm, but it's not going to be exceptionally cold or too hot. So, yeah, be on the lookout for DC in a day next week. Not next week. Wow, next year. Um, and Brian, you're kind of not wrong. Because so here's the deal. Some of the parks in DC are literal houses. Like I shit you not, it's a house. Like if you want to activate the park, you have to go sit on the front step of the house. Um, so with those ones, I mean, there's antennas you could use maybe on FT8 or CW for an HF rig, but you're kind of relegated to an HT, and a few of your friends are hoping someone gets back to you. Just the way it is. But when we're around the mall, I'm hoping to do a little bit of HF, and then we could have people like kind of go in a circle where we're talking to each other from the other parks. So you're getting park to parks from the other parks, which would be cool. Be kind of fun. Be a really good video, that's for sure. I know Kyle's like kind of frothing over that. He's like, "Ooh, good video idea." So, Other than that, as far as plans, I would like to go to Dayton. I plan to go to Dayton as of now. Plans can always change. I would like to go back to Huntsville. I had a great time there. Um, I might hit up a couple other shows next year. We'll see. Definitely go to the Vienna Wireless Society show, which I believe takes place in June or July down in Northern Virginia. That's a good show. Um, the Vienna Wireless Society, if you don't know about that club, they're huge in the home brewing. They have like a home brew group, and it was really cool to see that last year. So it'd be cool to see their updates to their projects there. Like they literally build radios from like a PC board up. Like it's really cool. Um, yeah, just expect more POTA videos. I'm gonna try to do more 3D printing videos, more kit building videos. Uh, maybe CW in the future. Maybe we'll see. Uh, and if things go to plan, I'm gonna be doing a little bit more from the shack as well. I'll probably do like live streams and stuff like this from the shack, where I'll have like FT8 or GS8 call or some mode going, even sideband. So Kyle says he likes video ideas in DC. Yeah, DC is a really cool city to do. The only thing that kind of sucks is I can't use a drone there. I try to keep my antennas like really low profile because I don't want to unnecessarily attract the attention of all the various alphabet agents around there. So, like they have Secret Service people just walking up and down the National Mall in plain clothes. I don't know if people knew that, but they do. You can see them sometimes. Like they kind of stand out. Um. Anyways, so that's gonna probably do it here. Well, it is gonna do it here for my stream. Because right after this, and if you're on the playlist, and if you're not on the playlist, it's on Discord. It's all over the place. Right after this is the Ham Radio Clubhouse, and in fact, if someone has the link, post it. If not, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. But yeah, Ham Radio Clubhouse. They have a special guest, Max Carlisle, from the band. Oh gosh, I just forgot. Helion. He's from Helion. Yeah. So go check out that video. Tell him Pat sent you. Who knows? Maybe a few people will see my there. It's pinned as well. So now you have no excuse. So a few people subscribe. We can get that giveaway going. So, anyways, hopefully next week I'll have that row video up. No promises though, because it might suck. I'm just saying it might not suck. I don't know. So, anyways, thanks for joining me this evening. I'll go ahead and wish you all 73s. I should maybe be on Ham Radio Happy Hour this Friday. No promises. I'm going to a basketball game with my dad, so we'll see if the Wizards get blown out or not. So, anyways, 7 3s to all of you, and I'll catch you on down the log.